I'm sure The Rock is a good guy and a bright guy, and that is not enough. Not enough. And frankly, the fact that he thinks he can step into the single hardest job in the world with no preparation tells me one thing for sure about his judgment. It's terrible.
Some celebrities truly believe they have what it takes to run a state, or even the entire country, and their fans eagerly cheer them on. But Bill Maher isn't buying into the hype. With his signature sarcasm and sharp wit, Maher tears apart the illusion that acting like a leader on screen qualifies someone to lead in real life. As Hollywood continues to bask in self-importance, Maher cuts through the glamour, exposing the ridiculousness of celebrity-driven politics. Get ready, because he's about to deliver one of his most honest and cutting takedowns yet. Let's dive right into it.
Celebrities running for high office is a recurring nightmare we cannot seem to shake. The Rock, Caitlyn Jenner, Matthew McConaughey, Randy Quaid, they all have suggested lately that when it comes to running the country, they have what it takes. And they do. Malignant narcissism.
Maher kicked things off by asking why Hollywood stars keep thinking they're qualified to run a country just because they've played a president on screen. He reminded everyone that acting is a carefully scripted illusion, complete with lighting, direction, and second takes. Real leadership doesn't work that way. There are no rehearsals, no flattering camera angles, and certainly no applause when policies fail. Maher's sharp commentary nailed Hollywood's inflated sense of self-importance and the misguided belief that fame equals wisdom. Delivering heroic lines in a movie is one thing. Actually making the tough decisions that shape a nation is another entirely.
Jenner is a nice person, but as California governor, she would be in charge of the world's 5th largest economy, based on her qualifications of being a background character in a reality show not about her. Randy Quaid, who you will remember as Cousin Eddie in the Vacation movies and as Guy rooting through your recycling bin in real life, also says he might want to run our state. When did governing become the safety school for when the guest spots on Chicago Fire dry up?
Maher didn't hold back when discussing Caitlyn Jenner, pointing out that her inability to stay a leading figure in her own family's reality show speaks volumes about her leadership potential. If someone can't maintain influence or respect at home, how can they run a state or nation? His critique wasn't purely personal. It was a jab at the broader celebrity delusion that fame equals capability. Maher extended his criticism to Dennis Quaid, questioning why actors who struggle to stay relevant in Hollywood believe they can navigate political chaos. For Maher, celebrity and governance simply don't mix, and Hollywood proves it repeatedly.
The lowest rung of celebrity. Rock stars, movie stars, TV stars, Dancing with the Stars, magicians, congressmen. Governing is a difficult, nuanced job with people's lives and livelihoods at stake. Perhaps you've noticed that things in America have been a little different these last 5 months. That's because there are people back in charge who spent their formative years not on a soundstage, but studying the stuff you need to know to be effective on the world stage.
Maher is absolutely right. Governing a state or nation isn't like standing on a movie set, striking a pose, signing papers, and expecting problems to vanish with a dramatic flourish. It's not about photo ops, applause, or sponsorships. It's about real decisions that impact millions of lives. Leadership means facing hard truths and making difficult, often unpopular choices, not performing for cameras or chasing approval. Too often, celebrities turn politicians confuse visibility with vision, forgetting that public office demands substance, not spectacle. Maher's message cuts through that illusion, reminding everyone that politics has no script, no retakes, and no makeup team to conceal failure.
He is, I'm sure, also a lovely person, but when he says he's considering a run for governor in Texas, I must say that is not all right, all right, all right. And I'm not saying that he and all these candidates haven't led lifetimes of glorious achievement. The Rock proved once and for all that weightlifters can drive. Maher introduced Lincolns to stoners, and Caitlyn married the woman who married the guy who defended O.J. And it's not that they are actors, it's that they're not professionals in this other field called government.
Exactly.
Expecting a celebrity to run a government is like asking a carpenter to fix plumbing. Related trades, but completely different skills. Charisma, stage confidence, and media polish can't replace policy knowledge or the endurance real leadership demands. A movie star may give a great speech, but that's performance, not governance. Once faced with tough budgets, diplomacy, and bureaucracy, fame offers no script to rely on. While outliers like Arnold Schwarzenegger are cited as proof celebrities can succeed, they're rare exceptions. For most, fame fades under the weight of real responsibility. True leadership requires expertise, humility, and dedication, not applause or image.
Was a rock star, but because he was good in his field of government. That's not you.
Governors and presidents are far more than public figures. They are guardians of a nation's stability and future. To lead effectively, they must understand government operations, economics, finance, national security, and international relations. Without that depth of knowledge, leadership risks becoming a global joke. Maher's point isn't that celebrities should never enter politics, but that ambition must come with preparation. If a public figure truly wants to lead, they need to study governance, master policy, and grasp the consequences of every decision they make. Running a country isn't a PR stunt or a ratings game. It's a solemn responsibility that requires intellect, discipline, and humility. Fame may open political doors, but only competence and knowledge can keep them open.
Responsible for our nuclear weapons. What does the 14th Amendment say? Who's the Prime Minister of India? In the event of another nuclear standoff with Russia or China, describe Kennedy's strategy that got us out of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Governing is not a job you can pick up on the afternoon of the inauguration. You can't learn it on the fly. You can't fix it in post. Putin's not on a green screen, and he doesn't give a about your $1 million smile. If he tells you at a summit that he'd like to take Belarus now, you have to know that's a country and not his lunch order.
Most people who enter politics without prior experience often find themselves overwhelmed once they win. The reason is simple: they're learning as they go, a risky approach when national security, the economy, and millions of lives hang in the balance. Governance isn't a role for improvisation. It demands preparation, foresight, and real-world experience. Yet, as Maher points out, even seasoned figures can fall short. He referenced leaders like Kamala Harris, noting that after years in office, her public remarks sometimes lack clarity or conviction, leaving audiences more confused than confident. It highlights a deeper truth: experience alone doesn't guarantee effective leadership. Maher's message cuts through the noise. True leadership is built on substance, not just visibility or charm. The ability to inspire must be matched with understanding, discipline, and the competence to act decisively when it matters most.
Joe Biden, what's in the Constitution? He was in the room when it was written. I'm sure The Rock is a good guy and a bright guy. And that is not enough. Not enough. And frankly, the fact that he thinks he can step into the single hardest job in the world with no preparation tells me one thing for sure about his judgment. It's terrible.
Maher often highlights presidents from his preferred party, the Democrats, but opinions differ on their actual performance. Take Joe Biden, for example. His administration faced sharp criticism over border security, with illegal crossings surging to record highs, over 1 million encounters in one fiscal year. Inflation also spiked to above 9% in 2022, the worst in 40 years, eroding wages and driving up everyday costs. Gas prices soared, mortgage rates climbed, and groceries became increasingly unaffordable. Though job numbers improved, many Americans still struggled under rising debt and shrinking savings, feeling that the promise of the American dream was slipping further away.
Kanye West thought he could do it. The Rock says he might be the right man for the job because he believes he can unite the country. You can't. Why? Because the blue states and red states both like your stupid movies? Let me put it bluntly to you and all these would-be showbiz candidates. You're not good enough, you're not smart enough, and doggone it, it completely doesn't matter that people like you.
Bill Maher's comments might sound harsh, but I completely agree. Admiring celebrities on screen doesn't mean they'd make effective presidents. Popularity isn't policy, and charisma doesn't equal competence. Politics is brutal and deeply divided. Once you choose a side, you gain enemies instantly. Even the most admired figures face relentless criticism. So imagine how a Hollywood star, used to adoration, would handle media attacks, partisan hostility, and policy backlash. Trying to please everyone is political suicide. In government, you can't sit on the fence. You must take a stand and face the fallout. Maher's right. Hollywood glamour fades quickly when reality hits the campaign trail.
Because you're an entertainer and thus largely uncontroversial. Governing is the opposite. If you think you can unite the country, you're delusional. A space alien attack couldn't unite this country. The aliens would say, take us to your leader, and 70% of Republicans would drive them to Mar-a-Lago.
I doubt that part. Republicans do tend to be more loyal to their presidents than Democrats. But Maher's broader point stands. America is more divided than ever. Politics now dictates relationships, families, and even friendships. The us versus them mentality has made unity feel impossible. Maher's call for empathy and leadership is noble but daunting in such polarization. His message reminds us that governing isn't about fame or applause. It's about wisdom, sacrifice, and responsibility. Hollywood glitz can't fix broken systems or heal division. America doesn't need influencers. It needs capable, informed leaders who value substance over image. Maybe it's time voters do too.